A study of 500 successful businessmen led to 13 principles for how they achieved success. It took Napoleon Hill 20 years to compile this book, and we're going to look at 5 of the best ideas he shared in Think and Grow Rich this week. Upon interviewing 500 of the most successful businessmen of his time, he distilled everything they knew about how to succeed into 13 principles that he explains as what is necessary to think and grow rich. If you're serious about mastery, success, wealth, and a millionaire life, you should utilize those 13 principles for mastery, success, riches, and becoming a millionaire. One last thing before we get started, be sure to apply them. Here are Napoleon Hill's top 5 ideas. Number 1. Mindset. The idea of Think and Grow Rich sounds like something out of an 80s infomercial, doesn't it? You don't get rich quick by reading this book. The actual numbers and the money in a bank account are less important than what you're doing. A 17 millionaire locked in a closet with all their money will have the same skills and mindsets 10 years later if they were self-made. The way to become rich is to value financial intelligence and the mindset behind thinking and growing rich. Number 2. Desire. The burning desire that Napoleon Hill refers to is one you have to want in order to succeed. A struggling entrepreneur gave up everything, sold everything off to pursue his dream. People thought he was crazy at the time. And then he achieved great success and became extremely wealthy. How many times have you heard this story? A million times. The truth is that he used to struggle as a comic and slept in his car before becoming a big mainstream television host. There was nothing for him to eat. Since he barely covered his gas and food, he would not have enough money for a hotel room if he took shows on the other side of town, so he would sleep in his car because he didn't have enough money for a hotel room. It took him years, decades, to finally get to the point that he is now. Eventually, he figured out how to achieve what he desired and went all in on it. So no matter how we apply this, it's imperative that we have a burning desire to succeed. We must have the drive to make things happen. Number 3. Faith. You have to have faith in what you're doing if you want it to work. You have to be so sure of whatever you're doing. It's a good idea to act as if you're a healthy person and that you'll lose 40 pounds. The best way to get healthy is to act like you're one of them. Getting up at 6 a.m. is the first thing healthy people do. Drinking green smoothies and eating lots of vegetables is the first thing they do. They exercise with a personal trainer. Start doing that now. In other words, act as if you're already a healthy person and everything else will align with you. When you act as if you're already a healthy person, then you will eventually become a healthy person. Number 4. Self-control. The first quote in this book is, "You are in charge of your destiny." You can influence, direct, and control your own environment, making your life exactly as you wish it to be. The second quote, "Before any man succeeds, he is certain that he will encounter many temporary defeats and perhaps even some failures." We are responsible, and we can choose how to respond to life situations. When defeat overtakes a man, the easiest and most logical thing to do is quit. That is exactly what a majority of men do. However, more than 500 of the most successful men kept at what he was doing. Number 5. Specialized knowledge. Knowledge can be divided into 2 kinds. General knowledge is what we are taught in schools, while specialized knowledge is something for which you are an expert. If you want to be rich, become a specialist. Having a lot of knowledge about a small thing pays very well. If your right foot is falling off, you don't want to go to a general practitioner, you want to go to a specialist. If you want to grow rich, what knowledge do you have in the next step? It would seem that you must be able to run 3 miles before you are able to run 26 miles if you want to run a marathon. That is how you achieve gigantic goals. If you try to reach the 26.4-mile goal, you are more likely to fail and be discouraged, thus never wanting to try again. It is essential to set small goals, to achieve them, and to feel motivated to continue going forward in order to achieve your goals. More book summary of Think and Grow Rich in our description.